Amen. Celtics withstand the big third quarter run from Golden State. They come away with the win at home in Game 3. 116-100. Celtics take a 2-1 series lead. They are now 7-0 following a loss this postseason, tied for the most wins following a loss in a single postseason in NBA history. Coach Ime Udoka.
You know, it's a long series, and we take it one by one, and our focus is on next game, and we'll look at a bunch of things we could have done better, obviously, in that run in the third quarter, but I don't think at this point there's any anxiety from the players. It is what it is. We've been battle-tested throughout the playoffs, and this far into a series, it should be on to the next, and I think we've seen what makes us successful and just have to have carryover after win more so than we have in the past in the playoffs this year.
Celtics had 52 points in the paint, 22 second-chance points, and 15 offensive rebounds. Jason Tatum, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists in the win. Our Lisa Salters caught up with him after Game 3.
Jason, you guys knew you had to respond. What was the difference tonight, especially with your defense in the fourth quarter?
Just staying with it. We obviously know that's a great team, and they're going to go and run. Just how you respond. And, we know we haven't been doing well, playing well in third quarters. So that was a point of emphasis coming out, starting the third quarter well, with a lot more pace, and just responding to their runs. And the tough shots they hit, don't put your head down, just keep going.
For you personally, Coach Udoka said he wanted you to be more aggressive going to the rim, not necessarily trying to draw contact, but to finish. How did that affect your mindset in this game?
Obviously, I know I wasn't shooting the ball great, but just wanted to impose my will on the game, just be aggressive. Whether I miss shots or not, I'm going to keep playing. My teammates believe in me. And even if it's not for myself, to make the right play, for us to get the best shot, all that matters is if we get a win.
Describe the impact that Robert Williams had on this game.
Man, just his presence at the rim on both ends. He's one of the best shot contestants in the league, and you got to respect him at the rim on a lob threat. So he just put so much pressure on the defense while he's just being out there.
You, Marcus, and Jalen, the first trio to go 20-5 in a finals game since 1984 when Kareem, Magic, and Michael Cooper did it. What do you think about that company?
I was born in '98, so that was way before my time. But that's great company to be in. Watch film, build off this. Don't get too happy, and get ready for the next because we know they're gonna come out, extra aggressive, more prepared.
Tatum, Brown, and Smart each had at least 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Celtics able to withstand that third quarter punch from Golden State. They outscore the Warriors by a dozen in the fourth. For the win, ESPN analyst Tim Legler.
Yeah, it just looked like to me they were not going to have enough to push this thing across the finish line, despite that great run. You knew at some point a flurry would probably come, and it did. Yep. But I just didn't feel, even then, that Boston was going to give that whole thing up, and it would eventually impose their physical will on them. This was a situation tonight, I think two teams played to their strengths, and Boston's strength was just much greater tonight. Their size, their athletic ability, their physical strength. And the other thing about Golden State, in the third quarter, you felt like they weren't still necessarily looking and hunting threes, even though they were getting some. And they're harder to defend that way. When they just typically get one-dimensional the way they did in the fourth quarter, where that's really all they were looking for, now you really are playing into the hands of the Boston Celtics. They extend, they've got length, they can switch a bunch of stuff, and that's where Golden State looks tired. It's happened twice now in this series, where they basically were shut down on the offensive end of the floor, and on the other end had a very difficult time either containing the ball tonight, or in game one it was really defending the three-point line. But either way, Boston had a tremendous response to what they saw in the third quarter.
Jordan Poole's had a star turn this year and looked the part. What's he looked like to you in the finals thus far?
Completely uncomfortable. I still believe in his skill set. I believe in his skill set. I found myself defending him a little bit here since this series started with people that I've talked to about him throughout the year. I believe that this guy is a big-time offensive player. He does not look comfortable on the floor right now. He's doubting himself. He's hesitating a lot. He just doesn't look certain when he gets the basketball. It looks like a hot potato sometimes. That's not what we saw out of Jordan Poole all year. He emerged as a legitimate, big-time scoring threat.
No doubt.
That they need in this series. And I'm just not convinced now after 3 games we're going to get that at any point, because Ime Udoka knows it too. And I think they're getting into him a little bit, and it's rattled him. He's a young player. Going through this for the first time, it might be a little bit much to ask.
Warriors lose in Boston. They're 0-3 in Game 3s of the NBA Finals. Under Steve Kerr, when the series is tied 1-1. Warriors outscored the Celtics by 8 points in the third, but still, Boston had enough in that fourth quarter push to take Game 3. Steph Curry, 31 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. In the loss, didn't play in the closing minutes, bum ankle.
I got caught underneath L.